Hi. Today I want to talk to you about life after the death of a parent, navigating family dynamics, and the role of the step parent. Families encounter an infinite number of situations after a loved one dies. The surviving family must reorganize and create a new structure that works for everyone involved. One unique situation is figuring out how a step parent fits into the new paradigm. A step-parent has entered into an existing family and has special challenges and opportunities. Building relationships with their spouses can be tricky and uneven. These relationships are tested once a natural parent dies. Mourning period. Grieving is a time to adjust to the loss of a loved one. A surviving step-parent is sad, alone, and may be thinking of their mortality. Security and their future becomes priorities as they age, making starting over less feasible. It's a time when fear of the future is very possible. The final wishes of their deceased spouse are essential because their physical support is no longer available. This is when extended family relationships become more prominent. Mutual mourning adds a common element to the family's new world. But this is when the strengths or weaknesses of the relationship with the step parent is tested. Each situation is unique, but some common issues can surface. One of them is the circumstances on how and when the step parent entered the family. The conditions range from a sense of welcoming to outrage by the children. These situations include the age of the children when the step parent arrives in their lives. A step parent entering early in a child's life is much different than when older children are involved. Sometimes children feel their loyalty to a surviving divorced natural parent must diminish the importance of a surviving step parent. The opposite case can be true if the divorced spouse is the natural surviving parent but was not revered by their children. The personality, demeanor, and the positive or negative behavior of the step parent is a factor in this new family equation. Settling scores. When a step parent is alone and no longer has the shield of their spouse to intervene, problems from stepchildren can come to the forefront. The family can split between the step parent and the children of the deceased spouse. This represents a worst case scenario, as it is not uncommon for either the step parent to sever their relationship with the children or for the children to do so with the step parent. Issues for the split may be purely emotional, but it is not surprising when the distribution of assets is the primary cause. A trust document or will may not solve the problem because these can be challenged. A greedy or scared party can exert heavy-handed pressure to completely shut down the step parent or the children. The situation may warrant a heavy-handed outcome, and severing relationships can be the best thing for everyone concerned. This is when new chapters of a family are created and the people move on from each other. New chapters in the family's history may be the only option to bring peace. This scenario is not unique to step parents. It can happen when two natural parents have passed away and the siblings cannot compromise and solve issues between themselves. Stepping up. An isolated step parent may have to make their own arrangements for their future. But when a stepchild or another individual steps up and takes an interest in the step parent's well being, it can make a significant difference. This, of course, if the step parent is willing to accept their help. An open minded step parent and a caring individual, stepchildren or child, can keep a family together and share their memories about their mutually loved one and their lives with each other. The fair distribution of assets within a family is to be encouraged. The situation dictates the best outcome by using positive virtues. A spiritual life, being magnanimous, compassionate, fair, forgiving, and loving, can do a lot to help in the grieving process and improve the lives of the survivors. Real solutions. There are many horror stories about families becoming split after a parent dies because of estate issues. When a step-parent is involved, the complications of a parent's estate are accentuated if the parties are not careful. Many people call upon psychics and mediums to help solve problems, but they can only read the energy of the moment, and it is subject to change. The legal process can solve legal issues, but it cannot guarantee that emotional scars will not be permanent. The solutions to these types of issues remain with the people involved. In a problematic situation, each person needs to examine their consciousness and use their values for the highest good. A spiritual perspective is essential, along with virtuous behavior by all parties. This will go a long way in creating a positive environment for the future. I'm John Capello. I'm a psychic medium and author of the book Open the Mind, Heal the Heart. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.